Hi, folks. This is HisDad. In front of me, I've got a Bowie knife branded under a couple different names. This is a Rambo 3 clone from the movie. So if you looked up the licensed Rambo 3, licensed by Sylvester Stallone and the people that made Rambo 3, you'll see that they have this knife. And here's the thing: there's a couple different levels of quality that you can buy. And I wanted to see what the cheapest level looked like. So I found this on Amazon by typing in Rambo 3 knife. It showed up. And just a disclaimer, this is branded under so many different names. But I got this under Wild Turkey Handmade, okay? And the picture that they show you of the box isn't even this. So when I looked it up, I bought it right away because the price was $39.99. I thought, can't beat that for a clone of a $149 knife. And so when I got this, when I saw the picture again, I was pissed off because, as you could tell, there's not one single pin in here. And if a knife is going to fail, usually it fails in that area or this area or this area. So I was not a fan. And then, as you'll see as we unbox this thing, I found out it's almost a 1-for-1 to the movie knife, except for finish and quality and maybe different, things like the metal type. But for somebody who's never going to use the knife as a knife, I don't give a shit. So it's a big boy. So let's go ahead and sheath it up real quick. You can't box it sheathed. It won't shut. And I would like to see this all the way sheathed. Let's see that there. Not bad, huh? Not bad. Okay, so just in case you're one of those guys or gals that likes to carry a knife on your belt and you want something obnoxious, that's 17.5 inches dressed. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at this, shall we? All right, so for sheath work, this is nice. Normally I'll take it out, but I kind of want to see it in there. You got your stiff belt opening there. This is almost a machete, folks. So if you have the timber rattler, you're familiar with saber styles. They've got a great shape to them, almost like a chef knife, where not just a knife, but it's a usable knife. You can chop because you got that nice rock there. You can defend yourself. That's not a sawback. You want to say sawback. I don't see that as a sawback. But folks, when you look at this sheath, and this is this is the standard right here, okay? You got your artwork. Each one of those little humps took a punch from a hammer and a stamp. And these are really nice rivets and snaps. The leather's a really good quality leather for a sheath. I'm not saying this is boot leather or anything like that. And even if it were, I wouldn't know. But for a sheath, yeah, that's pretty darn good, Double stitched nylon. If I didn't know any better, I would tell you that this is Pakistan's best. And it says Pakistan right there. But I mean, like, when you go into look at some of the knives that they make, some of them, they're almost always touched by at least 10 people if you watch their videos. But in this case, I'd say it was touched by a lot more, because this is a really decent knife. And I didn't think I would like it because, honestly, folks, you can see the scratch marks in there. You can see that there isn't a single bit of resin or glue or anything. It's as if they took the rat tang, which means that it's just a bar right there, stuck a piece of wood that was hollowed out over it, stuck this over it, the pommel, and then put the bolt on and called it good. And that may be fine. And in my case, it's perfect. I don't give a crap. I'm not going to use it. But if you're fit for knives, or one of those guys that throws knives at trees or stabs mufflers to see, you know, what a year's worth of abuse will do to it, it's probably, this is the area where they break. You know, and in the case of the timber rattler, they drill holes, and they dump resin in them, and then they put brass caps over them and call it good. And in that case, it's going to hold up pretty well. And I've seen the abuse test that Fit for Knives gave them, and it survived. But still, I thought, shit, that's going to suck. And then when I took a look at the actual Rambo 3, which I'm going to pop right here real quick, it's the same knife. So you won't be able to see this knife right now because you're looking at the Rambo 3 knife, but you're going to see that it is damn near the same thing, except for quality, you know? I mean, okay, now that the picture's gone, you can see, okay, it's got the same thing. It's got everything. It's got the whole thing that the Rambo 3 has, except for, you know, Sylvester's thing there and a little accenting. It's the same knife. Now, is it a good knife? Oh, God, I love the way it feels in my hand. You know, it's going to have a little bit of hot spots, but most of you guys think you're ripped from Yellowstone anyway, so you're probably wearing some nice leather horse gloves, so when you're grabbing your knife, so it doesn't matter. And that's me joking. But for a wall hanger, yeah, I'm going to love this knife. I'm not going to hang it on a wall. No, I'm going to stick it in a drawer in about 2 days. I probably won't see it again for a year, 2 years. But while I'm looking at it, it's probably one of my favorite knives of all time. Sharp? Yeah, pretty sharp. Now, when you tell me about some knives that you like, the shape is probably one of the things that you choose your knife for, and that shape is a good shape. It's got some workability. If you're gonna do some whittling, you know, I mean, if it is what it is to you. I like this knife. It's probably one of my favorite knives that I've bought so far. But sadly enough, as I said, it's just going to go into a drawer. But anyway, folks, if you're into the saber style Rambo 3 knife, there's no Survivor package in there. To be known, Rambo is a survival style knife, not a Bowie knife. So when they bridged it over to a Bowie, and they said, okay, there won't be a survival kit in here, they did stick with the rat tang as if that's what the guy, the artist, or the people that make the Rambo knives knew, because in the survival, it only goes up to here. And then the rest of it is a case with, you know, compartment in it. But this would be a non-survival case knife, but they didn't do a full tang. Hopefully, you know, if you're into this, you could find a full tang saber Bowie and be happy. But if not, this is a great knife, folks. You could sharpen it yourself. I promise you could do the work if you find time to look up a couple videos on YouTube. If you don't know how, they'll tell you how to find your angle and get your knife nice and sharp. So this is his dad saying, folks, $39.99, probably the best one so far. I like this. It's up there with my Kentucky Bowie that I got from Cisco. And Cisco brings you knives from, yes, Pakistan. So, folks, I love you. This is his dad saying, please like and subscribe. Spend a few moments, hit that alert button so that you know when my next video pops out. And maybe I could do some gun videos popping up here in a few days, okay? All right, folks, Merry Christmas. Spend time with each other. Stay warm. I love you. Bye-bye now.